Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Hey, everybody. Photo share and discussion number 198, July, what is this, 9th? Yeah, July 9th, 2017. Welcome to the second half of 2017, everybody. Hope everybody had a good 4th of July. Got Wes. Good 4th of July, Wes? Good one?
It was midweek 4th of July, so couldn't get too wild.
Yeah, yep. Did you guys you got Monday off for work, or did you have to work?
No, we had to work Monday. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, good. And you stayed local, right? I think didn't you stay local for 4th this year? Okay, cool.
Yeah, we didn't go anywhere.
All right, good. I think you got some pictures though, if I remember. I saw a couple on Facebook at least. Sim, how about you? Happy 4th, Independence Day. Did you stay? Did you stay in Connecticut this year? You didn't go anywhere?
No, didn't go anywhere this year.
Okay. Oh, you were up in where was that?
Cape Cod.
Cape Cod a month or so ago, right? Yeah. So okay, cool. Did you get out and get some fireworks?
No,
thoughts?
Not this year.
Okay.
I think the first year I haven't done any fireworks or anything.
Okay. All right. Good. I went out and got some, but they weren't that good because we were messing around with our niece and nephew. They kept us pretty occupied, so I didn't get a whole lot of fireworks shots. I got some, but none of them were really that good. So, how about you, Joe? Any fireworks?
No. I just sat here and watched all the neighbors' fireworks. They had it was like a regular fireworks show going on over here, man. There was 2 houses especially that were really. I mean, it was literally a fireworks show. I mean, they were, it was just like a regular metro. Fireworks show at a park or something. Yeah.
Now, are fireworks are they legal in Arizona?
They're very illegal.
Very illegal. Okay.
As you can imagine. I mean, just the hint of a match going off, and everything lights on fire over here. It's so dry. You know what I'm saying? I mean, so yeah, but it doesn't. There's other counties that are very nearby where, you could buy something that would, that I think the U.S. Army would use. You know what I'm saying?
So they just drove across the line, got some high explosives, brought it back. And
I mean, you especially where I live, I literally am like just a block over from the Indian reservation. You could get stuff there. I'm not far away from another county as well, so it's there's
not that hard to get stuff. Yeah.
No, it's about the same in Albuquerque too. Albuquerque was the same. Like you really, depending on the year, like if it was a drier year, then the city of Albuquerque would say no fireworks this year, or only the ones that you can buy at Walmart or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But back then I had I was married and had kids around and stuff, so I would buy those big boom ones just myself. You know what I'm saying? And I would be the one launching all that stuff. Yeah. It was not uncommon for me to spend a couple $100 on.
Yeah, so I was going to say fireworks were legal here, and I was looking in the store, and it's like the big boom packet at Costco was $199, and that had a lot of stuff in it, but that's still $200 you're dropping on.
Literally lighting it on fire.
Yeah,
I mean,
just
literally
like burning your money. It's like burning your money. Yeah,
you want to talk about as an investment guy. You're like, wait a minute, what's happening here? I'm literally lighting my money on fire.
Yeah.
Literally.
Not recommended as a long-term strategy.
Exactly, right? You're better off buying a car. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you got to drive it around a little bit. Yeah.
Exactly, right? Like that investment is going down. This one, you can't get it home fast enough to burn it, right?
So you buy the car and then take your buddy, and he can buy the fireworks and blow up his money, and then you're fine.
On the other end, Mark, if you're the guy selling the fireworks, you're like, hey, life is good,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there's for every winner, there's a loser.
Yep.
That's the way it is. And speaking of winners, we got Dennis here from London, England, merry old England. How's it going, Dennis?
It's fine, Mark. You doing okay?
Mm-hmm. We just got over it. We had Independence Day. It's a big day where we celebrate us saying to hell with the British, and we're going to do our own damn thing.
Yeah, well, we celebrate it every year because we couldn't afford the Social Security bills. We had to let
That's true. Yeah.
Yes, so I assume there's a lot of 4th of July celebrating over there.
This is true. We got enough expenses here without paying for you lot as well.
Exactly. Yeah.
Be glad we broke away 244 years ago or whatever that
Yeah, when
was.
you think the price of fuel in this country, if we still had you lot in tow, we'd be paying £10 a gallon. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's true. That's true. Yeah. Well, that was pretty good. We didn't. I had my family in town, so we went to the local city fireworks display. And actually, the weather was warm, but it wasn't humid. We had like a break in humidity on Monday, which was the show was, and it was pretty good. That's the first time we'd gone there in a long time, and they put on a pretty good show and had some good 4th of July food, hot dogs and ice cream and that type of stuff. So it's pretty good. But took some pictures with the little Canon S100, and I got one or two that were okay, but nothing real dramatic. So it was still fun.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you, Mark. Since the British left, how's it going over there now?
Yeah, it's doing good. It's doing good. We're 200. What are we? 240. 41 years into this thing? Yeah, 241 years into this thing. So
We got cheap gas.
we got cheap gas. Yeah, $2 a gallon. Here. $2 a gallon.
We have to refrigerate our eggs, but we have cheap gas.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Refrigerate our eggs and our milk, but we have cheap gas.
I know you Americans have secretly not forgiven the British for helping the Confederate Army.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you guys tried to weasel your way back in during the Civil War, I guess. But,
That's right. Yeah, apparently we provided some blockade, stop the North, getting in the southern ports.
And was it Charleston or Savannah? They blockaded. There was a couple. There was a couple harbors. They blockaded.
Charleston. The Royal Navy was dressed up as like mercenaries, and yeah, and I think it took a lot of years for the Americans to forgive what they did.
Yeah. You guys waited, what was that, 60, 80 years and said, we can find a way back in here. Yeah.
That's it, yeah. It's lucky we've been friends ever since.
Okay. Yeah. For the most part, yeah, until a recent president, he's kind of messing things up a little bit, but
Yeah, he's doing sweet talks with the Russians, isn't he?
Yeah, he's just keeping it interesting. He's just keeping it interesting. Yeah.
He's going to try not to
discussion.
go too many countries because it's going to get bad for me at home.
Oh, good. So, we, Joe, you were saying, and Wes, you probably know too about all the Canon news, or did they come out with a bunch of stuff? Should we jump into that and talk about
we
it?
can. Yeah.
Okay.
You've got
where can I go to look
you've
at
got now they did announce, now of course I am now a huge 7D fan, right?
Yep.
They have rumors of the Mark III version of the 7D coming the first half of next year. They did announce the 6D Mark II.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I just pulled up Canon rumors here.
Yeah, you've got the 6D Mark II finally released, and then there was another Canon that released
the
too.
SL2.
Yeah,
Which
and
is the
different
replacement
colors.
for the SL1.
And
Yeah, three colors, I think.
Three colors? Okay.
Yeah.
Huh.
There's a silver and brown and a white and a black.
Huh. Okay. So is it any improvement on the electronics or anything with it, or is it just?
The 6D is.
The 6D Mark II, right?
Yeah, absolutely. That's a well, just for one, the focusing system alone is a huge upgrade. The previous 6D had that old focusing system. Now they have that what is it, the 45-point focusing system.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a huge fan of that, man.
Is it the same basic focusing system as you have, Joe?
I think so. I'm pretty sure it is.
Yeah, I think it's the same as the ADD and the 7D2 and all those have now. Yeah.
Okay. Except it's now it's the full frame version of it.
They have a new processor. I think it's the Digix 7. man, all of a sudden I
Okay.
can't find the stupid post.
Yeah, I'm on. Were you looking on Canon? I'm on Canon Rumors right now,
Yeah, I'm looking.
but it just has like pricing. $2,000 for the body.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's another. Yeah, it's. I guess it's still roughly around $2,000. Oh yeah. Here we go. Here's the. Yeah. Oh, of course, and then you got that flip screen now too, and it rotates.
Oh, it's an
All of
a fully articulating screen.
Yeah.
Yep. First
That's
full frame
nice.
came with a fully articulated screen,
Ooh.
supposedly.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they didn't do that earlier. That's when I first saw this. I mean, I had my Rebel, the Mark, whichever one I had it. And I was like, that's cool. I mean, that's really helpful.
Right. Really helpful. It'd be nice if I had it on mine.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm waiting. I'm still sitting patiently. You know what I'm saying? I guess there's rumors of a 90D coming out soon as well. Like Canon's really turning out the cameras. I don't know. It's kind of almost like BMW. It's like the line where these cameras fit in is just getting so small, so thin.
Yeah.
I just kind of one of the huge disappointing things that is it only has one SD slot, which is very disappointing for a lot of people. Very disappointing.
Didn't the 5D2 have 2 slots, or did it only have 1 as well?
The 5Ds have 2, I believe.
Yeah.
Don't they,
There was-
Wes?
Yeah, they have a CF card slot and an SD card slot.
Yeah,
Okay.
and it's
Alright.
the same thing that the 7D Mark II has. You just kind of wonder, like, what the hell were they thinking with that? I mean, I still haven't, I still haven't gotten to a point where I'm using 2 cards in my 7D, but I at least have the option to do that. And then the 4K is a huge issue for some people.
So the 6D, so it's basically the full frame version of what you have, right, Joe? Is that essentially?
Yeah, I guess you could simplify it that way. Yeah, it's
Okay.
kind of the kind of lower of the full frame,
Okay.
lower entry point. That is, it's a damn good camera, but
Yeah, I mean, it's just it's probably lower end full frame is probably
Right.
what was equivalent of top end a few years ago. I mean,
Right.
it's probably so. 26 megapixel, 45 dual pixel CMOS with phase detection and 60p full HD. ISO. Oh, it only goes up to 40,000 ISO though. I'm kind of upset
only
about that.
Yeah, exactly. Native, and then expandable to 102. I mean, what are you supposed to do with that? I mean,
Okay.
come on, get with it, Canon.
6.5 frames per second. So
It's got the Bluetooth. It's got the built-in GPS.
okay.
So it does sync with your phone.
And Wi-Fi,
Yeah.
Bluetooth, and GPS. Okay.
I think it's a little faster too. I think 6.5 frames is just a hair faster than
Maybe
the
it was
previous
6.
version.
Yeah. Okay. 6.5.
It's decent
That's
enough. It
Okay.
really
I mean,
is.
that'd be a good all around full frame camera. Somebody could do some real basic sports shooting with it.
Yeah.
You could do wildlife and all that stuff. So it would be a good kind of all-in-one DSLR. Yeah, full frame
And it's-
DSLR.
I've seen some reviews of it, and it's got some kind of better tracking stuff capability with it as well. So like if you're I don't know, maybe tracking birds or doing something like that, it does better at focusing. But it's still, according to that, who's that guy that does the really in-depth reviews? That Tony something?
Tony Northrup.
Northrup, yeah. According to him, he's still really disappointed in the 6D compared to the 7D Mark IIs or the crop sensing 45-point system, because in the 45-point system, it's wider in the viewfinder. And he says that the 6D, the Mark II, is still tight in the viewfinder.
Yeah, they
So
didn't spread it out for the full frame for some reason.
For some reason.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, that would
So-
make a difference, I guess. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it makes a
Got
lot
on
of
the
difference.
crop sensor. takes up a larger percentage of the smaller sensor.
Yeah.
It didn't expand it. Okay.
You take, for instance, well, hell, like what Wes likes to occasionally shoot some animals. I shoot people. It makes all the difference in your framing in when you're looking in your viewfinder. It makes all the difference. It really can. What Pat does with shooting the cars. It can make a lot of difference, especially when things move just slightly fast, like it's,
yeah. I mean, it makes framing the shot a little bit easier.
Right,
you don't have to adjust it as much, probably.
As much.
The sensors cover, a bigger percentage of the frame.
And as we know, all these little things in photography make a huge difference in the overall. Now, maybe in your final image, the viewer may not necessarily notice, but you notice when capturing that image,
Yep, definitely. And then the SL2, is that just like their compact body? Is that what it is? It's like a
really
DSLR on a tiny body, basically.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
It's even smaller than the Rebels.
Oh, huh.
It's a damn good little camera, though. There's
a lot of people love those. There's like a second body kind of thing.
So what does it give up? Because I've known that the SL1 had been out for 3 or 4 years or something like that.
Yeah, it's been
out a while.
Over 5 years now.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
I knew it was there, but I never really got too much into it. So it gives up something, right? Let's see.
It's pretty slow frame rate. I think it probably has less focusing points. I don't know.
Yeah, 9-point autofocus. Yeah. Okay. 24 megapixel crop sensor. Doesn't have GPS. It looks like it's just got Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. It's got the vari-angle touchscreen, so it looks like it might have the same.
That was one of the biggest things is they added the flip screen on that one also. Before it was just a fixed screen.
Yep. It's got the Digic 7, but it only goes up to 25.6 native on ISO. Okay. And yeah, it's not weather resistant either.
Oh yeah, there's weather resistance on the 60.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, I think that 60 at $2,000. That's probably going to be a pretty popular camera.
Yeah.
For kind of an all-in-one, do-it-all camera.
Yeah. If I wasn't all in on the crop sensor right now, I might, just to, bought one of those. You know what I'm saying? But I'm kind of all in on the crop.
Yeah.
Not only am I Mr. Third-Party Lens guy, I'm crop sensor guy for sure right now. Yeah. So.
Well, I don't know. The quality going to be I'm sure it probably is at the margins, but man, you do definitely get some advantages with the crop sensor, especially for like wildlife photography and that type of stuff. I mean, you get that extra reach for all the lenses, which is nice. And okay, interesting. So the SL2 is going to sell for how much?
I don't know what the price
bucks.
Is this? Yeah, it sounds
SL2. Right. Wow, $550.
That's why it's so popular with vloggers and.
Yep. Oh yeah, $699 with the kit lens, and $540 and $550 for the body. Yeah. Yeah, that's nice.
I need to ask you guys about should I just get a basic 18 to 55 or something for a video lens? Because my lenses don't seem to be that great at all for video. They make a lot of noise and jump around a lot. The autofocus for the video that I've tested just is awful.
It depends. I would say go with a prime lens if you can. If you get one of those, get that 51.8 or something like that.
All right.
I don't know if that's going to be, I don't know how wide you want it to be. Depends what you're shooting really, or get that 24-2.8, that little pancake. That's what I use for a lot of my videos.
Is it okay?
What video are you taking there, Joe?
Well, I now I've got that that 7D Mark II, I haven't really shot anything major with it yet. You know what I'm saying? I'm still playing around with it, but you know, I've tried, you know, of course, with my lenses, and they make a lot of noise. They're just not made for video, I would assume. You know what I'm saying? Like they're just. I haven't used my big zoom yet, but my 16 to is it 16? What is that lens? That 17 to 50 is just not very good. It jumps around a lot and makes a lot of noise, and it has a hard time focusing.
The Canon does have, from what I hear, some really silent ones for video.
Yeah, you want a lens with STM.
STM, okay.
Yeah.
Which is is a real the silent automatic. Yeah.
You can't really hear it at all.
Okay.
So
Okay.
it uses a smaller motor or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And they have a
It
couple
might
of lenses
just be
in that range, right?
Magnetic.
Do they have a
Yeah,
couple of lenses in that range?
Yeah, that 50, the new 50-1.8 is STM. The 24 is STM. The kit lenses, like you were talking about getting, those are STM.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to think what else has that. That 10 to 18 should have it, I think, that you have.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah,
So
try
you
that
do-
one.
I haven't tried it yet, so that I was thinking maybe that would be too bubbly or something, but
It might be, but at 18 it might not be too bad.
it might not be. Okay.
Depends on what you're shooting, really.
All right.
Yeah, there's
all
a
right.
50 millimeter f1.8. Yeah, they've got a fair amount actually. I guess as they're upgrading the lenses, they're putting the STM motor in it. I guess right
Yeah.
for the consumer lenses, pretty
Right.
much. 55 to 250, 4 to 5. Yeah, 18 to 135, STM. Yeah, they've got a pretty good selection. Huh. That might be. But yeah, you can get that 18 to 55 for basically $100 if you can
Yeah.
find it. Yeah.
Find somebody who bought a kit and doesn't need it. or
Yeah, it
whatever.
doesn't need it. Yeah, that's because that's what I was thinking. I'm like, you know, everybody doesn't need a kit lens. You know what I'm saying?
I might
It's a
have
sharp
one,
lens.
so-
It's just the aperture is not that great. It depends
Right.
on whether you need that shallow depth of field or not.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I would just be shooting myself most of it. You know what I'm saying? Like it would be, I'm not gonna be doing any trick videography just yet. You know what I'm saying? It's mostly for me vlogging or doing my reviews or something like that. You know, really. So
Yeah, Prime should be good for that.
yeah,
Yeah.
like Wes said, that 24 or something like that. That sounds good.
Yeah, it's 24-2.8. That's a nice lens. It's really tiny and it's got the STM and
Yeah,
it's
that'd be
cheap.
good.
It's like $120 or something.
Oh yeah, right up my alley. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that might be good. And you use that for most years, you said, right, Wes? I mean, it seems to work.
Yeah. Almost all my videos I shoot with that lens. YouTube
Okay.
stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just
Okay.
something a little better quality for YouTube. That's about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, good. Well, that's some new news from Canon. How about anything on the Nikon front, Sim? Any news? Anything that you know on Nikon? I'm sure they came out with something, right?
Yeah, they had their 100th anniversary, but and they have new refreshes of the 810
Okay.
coming out. But I've not been paying attention because I'm not buying anything.
Okay.
Right.
That's the best way to make sure you don't buy anything is don't pay
Yeah.
attention to stuff.
Yeah.
Ignore all the noise.
Well, there's definitely new stuff on the large format end, right? I mean, they're always coming out with new stuff there, right, Dennis? Like they
Oh,
they
yeah.
had new announcements, you know.
Oh, yeah, yeah. we have the articulating viewfinder on ours.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they've made great advances, Joe.
Yeah.
We don't even need batteries anymore.
Yeah. We've gone completely
Yeah.
green.
Completely green, except for all the chemicals we have to use.
Yeah.
But the camera itself, you know, we're not talking film. We're talking the camera, right?
Yeah.
It's completely green here. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Well, most of them are made out of trees, so that's fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh man, yeah. It's it's a different world in the large format because you not a whole lot changes, and really hasn't since Abe Lincoln. But that's all good.
Yeah. Yeah, don't forget, Joe, once you've got a large format camera, you don't have to look at the rumor sites.
That's true.
Yeah.
It's already there. Yeah.
Yeah. You get a large format camera, it does you for life.
There's no more rumor. This is reality.
Rumors, what's coming out. Yeah.
It's the cold hard reality.
Yeah. You don't have to look for the latest lenses. They don't need STM motors. It's brilliant.
You're done. You're just done. That's it.
Yeah. They're not really good for sport though.
No, we talk frames per minutes per frame is what we talk.
Yeah. 15 minutes per frame. Yeah.
Ours is MPF.
Yeah.
MPS, minutes per sheet.
He's doing 2-minute shots, but we do 15-minute shots.
Yeah, it's the same number, really, but it's just
reversed. Yeah. Well, that new 6D Mark II can do 6.5 frames a second. We can do 6.5 frames an hour.
Yeah.
If we're really working.
Boom.
Yeah.
And if you like depth of field, nothing comes close.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That is, and you can't shoot the DSLR at f/64. Well, you could. But,
this is true.
Yeah. But speaking of new cameras, how are you guys, Wes? Your new to you old camera, and Dennis with the new Sony. Are they living up to what you thought they would do after having them for a few weeks?
I haven't done too much with mine since Celeste did a show. So
okay, all right. So you haven't got out with it too much more. Dennis, have you used it a little bit?
I downloaded Capture One, which you get with the Sony camera.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and it's quite good. Yeah, it's quite good. Yeah, the only problem is the iMac seems to be having real problems with if I save a file in TIFF or PNG, it just won't display. I can only save JPEGs, so it's there's a problem with the Sierra. Which is on the iMac.
So it's a driver issue somewhere along the way.
I think it's the way it manipulates the files. So they build everything you do is in layers.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think when you save it as a TIFF to the desktop, say, the system dumps the layers, so you can't see anything. It doesn't store correctly, I don't think. Yeah, I think there's a real issue with it at the moment.
Huh. That's interesting. Have you sent them a support email or something and saying, hey?
Yeah, I did have problems with the iMac. I got onto Apple, asked them a few problems because my printer won't work anymore since it upgraded the system.
Oh, okay.
The Kodak printer I've got, not the film one, just the general printer. Won't print anymore, but it works. They were on the phone to me for 1.5 hours.
Wow!
And the guy says, "I'm sorry, but this is the first time I've never been able to fix something."
So can you downgrade? Can you go back to the old one?
No, I don't know. I haven't tried that yet. I don't think you can go back. Maybe you can if you get onto them. Then.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like that's just there's some conflict somewhere with the latest.
Yeah, see, I've got the printer running on Wi-Fi, and if I want to print a letter on this iMac, it just says failed. It won't do it. But if I open the Apple laptop, it works fine. It's a different operating system on there. If I go upstairs and use my son's Microsoft computer. Yeah, prints fine. Everything works fine, but it won't work on the Sierra.
That's one of the rare times I've heard that Windows works perfectly and Apple doesn't.
This is true. Yeah, I think it's the first problem I've ever had with the Apple. It's always been fine, but I've obviously got a bug this time, which
there's something.
Fixed. Yeah, so they want me to buy the Pro version of the Capture One.
Oh, okay.
I thought, well, I'm not going to buy it while I can't save in TIFF, because saving in JPEGs is lossy.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't make sense to have the high-end editing if you can't.
The only thing is, I don't think it ever alters the original file. So, they're going to fix it sooner or later.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like Lightroom like that, or it just doesn't mess with the original file. It just applies adjustments to it in a separate file, kind of thing. Yeah.
Non-destructive editing or whatever. Yeah.
I think Capture One itself is pretty good. The photographs render so much better in Capture One than they do in Lightroom.
I hear good things about it.
Yeah, Capture One's pretty nice. I have it. I use it occasionally. I've played around with it.
Do they render faster too?
Yeah, it works fast, and I can't believe how crystal clear and sharp the images are. If I do it in Apple's photo system, they come out fine. You can sharpen them up, you can alter the colors. But if you do it with Apple's system, and then do it in Capture One, the final JPEGs what you put on the screen are just so much better from Capture One. They look superb.
So they've got a better algorithm for that than.
Yeah, it's the best I've seen of any electronic stuff. Yeah.
Huh. Wow, that might be. How much does it? What's the cost for Capture One? I looked at it briefly 4 or 5 years ago.
It's free with the Sony camera when you buy it.
Okay, all right.
And I think it's 23 euros to buy the Pro version. But when I logged on to up in England here, it was £50 plus VAT, because this is Treasure Island, of course. Everything.
Okay. Welcome to Treasure Island. Is that what happens when you log on? It comes up a little banner that says, "Welcome to Treasure Island."
That's it. Yeah, it goes like, "Oh, you want this for England? Okay, it's double the price."
Yeah.
That's exactly what they do.
It's only Capture One for Sony. It will only do Sony cameras. If you want the full version, I think you're looking at 300.
Oh, okay. All right.
But then it does all cameras. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm pretty happy with Lightroom. I'd be interested to see how it does with. Have you tried any film stuff? Anything that you scanned in on Cap? No, doesn't work.
I can't do it, you see, because I think it's purely for Sony cameras. Yeah.
Okay. All right. All right.
Yeah. If you wanted to use it like Lightroom, which would do anything, like scan film in and play, then I think you've got to buy the full version, which was over £300 in.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that would take it off my list right now. If it was 30 bucks, under $50, I would buy it. Over $50, I'm probably not buying it.
Yeah, you get it free, you see. So
well, you pay. You buy the camera, then you get it free, and then it's like $2,000. You buy it, you get the camera. You buy the camera.
Because I think Sony are bringing a new one out by the end of the year. So as I said, it's already dropped 600. So.
Yeah, that's true.
Just lets you know when you buy the new version how much it's going to drop in the next 18 months.
Yeah. You wait until the new one's been out for a few months, and the old one will drop quite a bit.
You can buy the original Sony A7 quite cheap now. I think it's about 600.
Okay.
For a full frame, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, that's not bad. Yeah, that's if you can wait and buy a generation old, that's usually the way to get like 90%. But
I slide off getting the first version because of the problems with the mount.
Yeah. Yep. That's right. Yeah, you're talking about the mount not coming loose and stuff literally falling off the camera. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's not good.
Yeah, and the appalling after-sales service from Sony repairs.
Yeah, that's not good. Yeah, not a good combination.
It wasn't looking pretty when you see the write-ups about the mount's falling off the camera. Well, it's within the adjustments for parameters, so suck it and see.
Yeah,
send it back without repairing it. That's not good.
Oh yeah. That's not the way to treat a customer, especially a first-time Sony customer.
Yeah, and I think the guy who left his camera in the rain, when he YouTubed it, said that the camera was waterproof. It didn't let any out until he took the lens off. You know.
Okay. Yeah, just a little bit different than what he was expecting, though. Not quite the same. There was the wrong kind of waterproof. Yeah.
Yeah, I think they've taken that advert down now about it being wind and waterproof.
Yeah, it's probably. Yeah, the lawyers probably saw that. I was like, hey, maybe we should just take that out.
Instead of fixing the problem, just take
it.
the waterproof bit off the advert.
There you go. Yeah, exactly. Problem solved.
Solved.
A couple $100, we're good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, speaking of, let's solving problems. Let's solve the. I don't know. That's a bad segue. Let's just go and look at images. How about that?
There's also that. There's also Amazon Prime Day starts tomorrow.
Right. Tomorrow.
And there is any amount of you can start. It starts tomorrow night.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. Ooh.
And that's a hell of a sale they have going in. Because I'm looking right now on Amazon, so I'm looking at that pancake lens is $150.
Okay.
For $20 more right now. This ain't the Prime Day though. I'm gonna wait, of course, till tomorrow. Yep. But they've got a kit. You know how they have a million kits with these lenses, and that for $20 more, there's a kit that comes with everything else I don't need, but comes with the hood, 3 filters, and a 64 gigabyte card.
Okay.
So
$20.
That's the value right there. 3 of those filters and a memory card with a hood, for $20. And then of course you get a blower and you get all this other junk. But
I need to look at Prime Day and see if there is anything that I might need to purchase. There's never anything I really need to purchase. Stuff that would be fun to purchase.
I purchased. It's not photography related really, but I purchased some finishing salts, and now that I've got my salt tile, I've got some finishing salts. I've been getting all into salt now, and man, what a difference, man! I started trying. I got the salts yesterday, and so I tried the big flaky sea salt, coarse sea salt on some foods yesterday. Dear God, man, what a difference, man. This flaky salt looks like snow in your hand. It looks like real flakes, and all of them are different. And what's interesting about the flaky salt, I know it's not photography related, unless you're gonna macro shoot this stuff or whatever. But
that would actually be interesting.
It would actually be interesting because it's a lot like snow in your hand, but you get texture with the salt as well. So you're adding the salt, when you're done with your food, you're adding the salt to your food, and then it's giving you a crunchy texture as well. And of course, it's lower in sodium than your regular table salt, but you're getting that big salt flavor. Add it to anything. Add it to your sandwich. Add it to your salad. I happen to add it to pozole, but it was. You get that nice texture to it as well. Just amazing. It really was cool.
So I'm looking at salt tile. I'm gonna have to go through today and tonight and save some stuff to the list and then see what because that's prices will drop on Prime Day, right? Don't they drop on Prime Day?
Yeah, for certain stuff.
And you don't know until Prime Day starts.
Until Prime Day starts,
so
right?
You save the stuff you think that you want, and then you go back and see what the deal is. Okay,
exactly.
So I need.
Do you not have all the advertising in America about how bad salt is for you?
Yeah, well, I get all that, but there's also with these gourmet salts, if you will, they have a lot more of the minerals and stuff that you need in them, so they're a lot better than your standard table salt. And they actually have, in a lot of cases, I know in this particular salt that I have, it's like half the sodium. It's crazy.
Because it's got minerals in it. Yeah. For the same weight, it's got all the other minerals in addition to the sodium. Yeah. Yeah.
So
this is sea salt, is it, Jack?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So and it's a finishing salt, and then I've got some that are made with they're like Hawaiian lava. And just all kinds of interesting stuff. It's really, man, you can get deep into this ridiculous. But what's cool about the salt is it's cheap. You know what I'm saying? So, you know.
What I really want to know, Joe, is did you sort the menus out and you're focusing on your new camera?
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah, that's a good tie-in. I like that. Yeah.
Yeah. No, he got distracted by salt. He's been.
Yeah, I thought he had seven of these menus to go through just to focus the camera up.
He made it through 2, and then he saw something about salt, and then he just like, that's it. No.
I actually was testing out the video features on the. That's one of the tests that I did was video on the salt. You know what I'm saying? So I'll post that little video later.
Okay.
But that is one of the tests I did because the holding a spoonful of this stuff it's crazy. It looks like snow.
Mm-hmm.
It's so like flaky and light and it has the
Pro lens, Joe.
I do.
So that's fine. We can see a real close up of this salt next week.
Yeah, hopefully, yeah. I have to as soon as I get my hopefully we can. I can macro some of this stuff, right? Macro or macro? What do you
Macro, yeah.
Macro, yeah. I'm too involved in beer right now to be okay. Yeah.
You don't want macro beer, but you want macro photography.
You want macro
photography. Macro beer, macro photography.
That's what was going on in my head. I'm like, wait a minute, what? Wait, that don't sound right. You know what I'm saying? And yeah. Oh my God. Photography is the opposite, right? You try to explain to people aperture, big is small, right?
Yeah.
You're like, what?
Just gotta think backwards with photography for the most part. Really, yeah. I mean, yeah, it is. Yeah, try to explain that, like you said, aperture, big is small. They're like, oh no, just it's. And then when you're talking salt, salt big is actually better.
Yeah.
All right. Let's take a look at some salt water. I think this is what I'm going to see with this first.
Oh, there we go. See?
That's not bad.
That was pretty good. That
looks like some salt water.
Yeah.
Bliss.
Yeah.
It is.
And this was when you were in Cape Cod, I guess, right? Yeah.
Yep. Sandwich. There's a boardwalk there that's over a mile long. I think it's the longest one on the eastern seaboard.
Okay. And this is cool. The water is so clear you can see the everything under the water. That's neat.
This is different for Sim right here. This is immediately you notice the difference. You're like, this is way different than his usual style.
Yeah.
Like you almost wouldn't
seconds.
guess this is a Sim image right here because this is a definite different style.
This is also at high noon.
Yeah.
Just so you know.
Yeah.
But I brought the camera anyway. It was in the trunk, and we stopped here, and we walked out to the beach, and then I walked back and got the camera.
Okay. Yeah.
This was pretty hard to shoot because
glare on the water.
I had to wait for the clouds to go by to like shield the sun.
Yeah.
But I'm almost guaranteed that if this was taken at good hour, a lot of these greens were like they were really popping with the sun as high as it was. And instead of getting like an orangey glow to it, I mean the greens really stood out. And I think the water was
the water's got a neat color
highlighted with the sun as well.
It's got a nice
really turquoise.
Yeah, right over here especially. That's just neat. And here's a cloud. That's neat. I like that. Is that a reflection of the cloud on the water? It looks like it, huh?
Looks like it.
I'm not sure. I think it is. I think it is. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you got a little bit of blurring in the clouds with the exposure length. Yep. That's neat. And the water is it just like a salt marsh or something, or is it just kind of?
Yeah, between the ocean is like a mile away, and then this fills up. I think it was while we were there, the tide was coming in, so this was filling up.
It almost looks like distortion from your lens right there in the forefront on the right.
Oh, right here.
Yeah, it almost looks like you need to fix that, but it's accurate. Yeah, it's just
the water moving in probably. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's neat. That's a neat. I like that. The water is clear, so you can see below the surface.
There's all sorts of little crabs and whatnot that were in there. There was these birds that were fishing. They were dive bombing and fishing there, but I didn't have my long lens with me, so.
No, that's neat. That was nice. Looks nice sky. I mean, some clouds in the sky, not totally blue, so you did get some clouds to break things up. And
You say
It was
it's
real
real
bad.
bad, Simmy.
I know that's a
Yeah, it was like right around noontime.
Yeah. Well, next time try it with infrared.
Yeah, if I had it, I wish.
If you had an infrared filter on, then that's ideal. Midday sun. The opposite to taking any other photograph. Use an infrared filter.
Yeah.
the opposite. Yeah, the opposite must be right. That's the George Costanza thing, right?
Yep.
This was so frustrating because the boardwalk that was built across this marsh, it's not the sturdiest.
Oh,
Like
okay.
you're not gonna fall in, but when people are walking on it, I mean, if people got
Shakes.
within 20 feet of me, it's bouncy, 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 bouncy.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
So timing was like a nightmare.
Oh.
Finding out long enough period of time when people weren't too close, basically.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Simi, what's the bots on the four legs?
I think that's a station for aviary stuff.
Oh, like for nesting box or something, maybe.
Yeah. On the other side, they had some stations for the osprey to build their nests.
Oh, okay. Okay, that makes sense.
But I forget what this is for. But it's a nature thing. But I can't remember what it's for.
Oh, it's neat. I love the colors in there, the blues and the greens, and being able to see into the water is nice.
It reminded me of some of those was it South Pacific Island colors with the greens
Yeah,
and the
like you're looking down like into the coral
Yeah.
reef or something from a boat floating on top. Yeah, yeah. It is very tropical. It's got a very tropical kind of feel to it. I'm like, wait a minute, was he down? And when I first looked at it, I was like, wait a minute, is this from like down in the Gulf or something like that? But no, it's just Massachusetts.
Yep.
Yeah, you wouldn't picture that Massachusetts.
Okay, so you should be contacting whatever the National Seashore is and saying, hey, I got a great picture for you. This is great. He's got two people out on the seashore, all the colors and everything. Yeah.
Four people actually.
Okay.
The other
back.
two are so tiny. They're way out in the.
Like
Oh,
way out
I
here.
do see him out there. Yeah.
Yep.
A red
Where?
jacket and
Oh, way out here?
Yep.
Yeah,
Oh, you are, yeah.
yeah. One's wearing a red and blue or something like that. Yep.
You got better eyes than me. Wow. Yeah, I guess they're there, a little spot right there. But I
Man,
love the colors on this. The
The color of the water. Look at how tense that is, man.
yeah.
Yeah, this was it didn't look like it was going to start out because when we got there it looked like it was going to rain,
Mm-hmm.
and then the clouds eventually kind of broke up and then it was sun and it was humid and it was a little oppressive.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what cracks you up too? It's 100. It's monsoon season now, so it's 110, 114, 120, and all of a sudden it starts lightning, and it just like f's with your head bad. You know what I'm saying? You're like, what? Light? Like you just don't picture lightning storms. You know what I'm saying? When it's that hot, you're like, no
Yeah.
way, man.
Yeah, just that little bit of moisture in the air or whatever, and it never makes it to the ground. Probably is it like heat lightning? Is it the lightning that kind of goes cloud to cloud, or do you actually see bolts going down to the ground?
I don't actually see the bolts.
Okay, yeah, just that heat lightning stuff, which
It's
is
funny to me to be in my environment now, and I'm looking at pictures of Sim where he was at, and people are wearing jackets.
Yeah.
It's just like, I'm like, what?
what's wrong with this picture?
Yeah,
Taken June
really
7th. Yeah,
it's really hard to imagine that. I'm saying it's crazy in my mind. It's like, wow.
This was another frustrating shot here because it's taken right from a pier that zigzags down,
okay, all right.
and I don't know what bus tours were coming through here, but almost every 15 minutes 15 to 20 minutes, a bus would come, and they dump off people, and they would go, "Oh, you got 15 minutes."
Okay.
And then people would rush down, and they would, they want to take selfies on the pier or on the stairway.
Yeah.
And then they would run back up to the bus. I'm like, what kind of tour is this where you only get 50?
Yeah.
This would be the worst bus tour I'd ever been on.
Oh, dude, I have to deal with bus
people.
people.
A nice place like this for like 15 minutes, and that's it. That's all you get.
I deal with buses every flipping night, I swear. And I'm sorry if someone's listening to this and they take the bus, but I can't stand you. I swear to God. Like, I call them the bus people, man, and they drive me insane. Every night I have to deal with bus
Show up
people.
at the truck stop at the stop, and yeah.
And they get off, especially the double-decker buses. The tour buses aren't so bad. It's mostly the Greyhound buses. You know, the type of person that's on a tour is a different person than the person that's on the Greyhound. It's just like a totally different person. And, dude, those bus drivers are like drill sergeants for real. They're like, you got 15 minutes. Like, just like Sim said, you know, and you better get on the bus. The bus is leaving now. Like, yes, ma'am. Like, I swear to God, even I want to get on the bus. Okay. I don't want to miss
I'm not even supposed to be on the bus, but I'm getting on the bus.
Exactly. She said I was supposed to be on the bus.
Yep. Not exactly a relaxing kind of vacation kind of thing I would do.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, were they double-decker buses too? Those are a complete nightmare. There's so many. You don't even realize how many people are on those things until all of them unload off a double-decker bus. It's insane.
I'm not sure. There were a couple different. It looked like a couple different bus lines. This was probably a popular thing on the tour stop.
Yeah.
See the
The
national
one-day
seashore.
tour of Cape Cod. Yeah, no, that's a neat shot. And it is nice having the people in the. I think that is fine, perfectly fine for this shot.
Is there cruise lines that maybe go in the area and then they're taking a bus and they only have a few hours? You know what I'm saying?
There might be. If they were, they would. I'm trying to see where they would port.
Yeah, I'm wondering.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Maybe the summer season you could have some. Yeah.
I'm
There's probably
just-
people coming from Boston. They're like, they're in Boston, and they're like, okay, we got a one-day tour of Cape Cod, and you leave at 6:30 in the morning, you get back at 6:30 at night, and you see the whole Cape.
Yeah, you've seen it. You've got photographic evidence, but you don't feel like it. Yeah.
I bet you they are tours like that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah. Every city. Well, it's like if you go to Vegas, you can do like a one-day tour of the Grand Canyon or something. They get you up at, the crack of ugly in the morning, and they drive you out there, and you do the North Rim, I guess, and then you do Hoover Dam on the way back or something. It's just wow. Cram as much as you can into a 12-hour day.
Yeah.
Crazy. Ah, this is fantastic. I like
this is.
And this was in Connecticut, back home.
Yep.
And this was taken in the evening.
Yep. Almost around close to sunset.
Okay. Yeah. Nice orange.
It was stormy all day.
Mm-hmm.
Started to clear up. And I went down probably around 6 o'clock just to see how the water was and see how the greenery had come out. And it was pretty good, but it was a little harsh. And actually, there weren't any clouds at the time.
Mm-hmm.
So I went around the corner and had a nice steak dinner.
Mm-hmm.
Came back out maybe an hour and a half later, and clouds had started moving in. It was actually looked like it was gonna storm again.
All right. Yep.
This was the last. The sun was going down. This was the last like a little light before it got gloomy and cloudy right after this.
Okay. All right. A sixth of a second. Water was coming down here pretty hard because it blurred out pretty good even at a sixth of a second.
So,
yeah. You got the goose. I'm assuming some kind of goose on a few of them hanging out on the dam, on the spillway.
Yeah.
This looks like one of those photos that's already in the frame when you buy it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
already in the frame.
Mhm.
Yep. No, it's I love that. I love the colors on this and the church, and you get this little bit of the sky reflected here in the water too. Yeah, that's good stuff.
Yep, that's a great one.
All right, Dennis, we have the close up with the Leica.
Yeah, I was using the Voigtlander helical close-up adapter to see how close I could get. Yeah.
Okay.
This is with a 90mm, the Elmarit. Yeah.
All right. And how far away was the lens from the flower here? I can imagine.
It was still probably half a meter away. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I know. That's nice. You got some nice blurring of the background there, and
Yeah.
nice separation. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like
Yeah.
it's
Power's nice and sharp all the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
It was just an experiment, really, to see
Yeah.
because I can use the M lenses now with this helicoid. It's just giving these lenses much closer focus than they were ever designed to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's nice. It's amazing what you can get with those cheap knockoff lenses you use, right?
Yeah, this is true.
That's nice. Yeah. So are you satisfied with how close you can focus with that lens?
Yeah, it's just another interest now that I can unlock the helicoid and turn it out 4mm,
Mm-hmm.
and your lens wouldn't its closest focus was 0.7 a meter, can go down to 0.4, 0.3. You know,
So basically halves the minimum focal distance. Yeah.
It depends on the what the focal length of the lens is in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, the 90 was 0.7, but I don't think it goes down much less than half a meter, say.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas if you use the wide angle, you can get it at 0.3.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, that's nice. I like that.
Are you doing focus peaking or zooming in?
Yeah, that was focus peaking right in the middle of the flower.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, right
I
there.
must admit, the focus peaking is quite good. Yeah.
Mhm.
You think you've got it in focus, Wes, until you switch on the focus peaking, and you see it's not.
Yeah. Yeah. It does a pretty good job.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
There we go.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah.
Yeah. The latest E-type restoration by his friend headed to Sotheby's Monterey auction. So that's in August, if I remember right. Yeah. So this is probably for the catalog. Yeah. Wow.
These E-type Jags have got to be getting rarer and rarer now as time moves on.
Oh, you bet. Yeah, he's wanting to. There's so many cats here in Arizona doing stuff at night now, and and then including myself. If I had the kind of access he does, I would definitely shoot at night
Mm-hmm.
because I'm a strobe guy. I like using strobes, and so we just talked about this too, and he's wanting to play around more with lights now. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah, that's a whole other world.
it's a whole nother. I mean, you can see the extra dimension it adds right
Mhm.
here just with this.
Yep. Yeah, that's neat, and I love the starburst pattern on the running light up there.
It's a nice touch, absolutely.
Yeah,
It's great.
it was shot at 30 seconds. It says flash off, did not fire, but he used the strobe though, probably just for that.
Yeah, that's a softbox, absolutely has
Yeah.
to be.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's neat. That's a great that color, that gray, gunmetal gray or whatever it is really nice against that black the background.
Or
He
did
is
he?
staying busy, no?
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. I think he just got back today or something from another shoot or something like
Okay.
that.
Cool. Yeah, he does good work.
Yeah, he does really good work, absolutely.
Hey, look at that! You found a lighthouse.
Thank God, this place was. That's all there is. If I had more time,
Oh yeah. Well, how far is it to? How long does it take you to get to Cape Cod from your house?
It'll be 3 hours.
Okay, all right. So you could.
It's not a one day go up and come back.
Yeah. This you have to do at least a little bit of planning to drive up. Yeah. Spend a couple days.
Yeah.
Yeah, the 3 hours is just far enough, isn't it? Like it's just right there on the edge of that, you know.
Yeah, making it something you could do in a day. Yeah.
I did the one just on a hunch on the Nubble one in Maine, and I lucked out on that, you know. But I would rather spend a few days.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Just
this
in case
one is nice.
right.
Yeah. This is great. I love the 100. Okay, 1/60th. Okay. Yeah.
There's another one where I had to wait for the sun to get a little less harsh.
Mm-hmm.
But you can take shots in the middle of the day even without infrared. I mean, you just gotta.
Yeah, you gotta have some little help from the clouds in most cases, and but yeah, I mean, this came out great. I like the shadow on the lighthouse itself. That's kind of nice, actually. With that, and yeah, that's a neat lighthouse too. I like that. I like the little windows on the side.
Yeah, I think this is the one that they put on those Cape Cod potato chips. So.
Oh, okay.
This is the one.
I
Okay.
have to look at my bag next time I get one.
Hey, there's a lighthouse.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a nice shot. I love that red in there. Just
Yeah.
really is a great little splash of color to the greens and everything. Yeah, that's nice. Very nice. Now this is an interesting shot, Dennis. I like this. Did you do some selective coloring or something?
This was in Capture One.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and it was a black and white photograph, but I only allowed the blue channel through.
Oh, okay. So
Which give an unusual.
Uh-huh. So this was okay. So you did this A7, took it in black and white, and then just let the blue come in.
No, I took it in color, and then
and then
Capture
Yeah.
One.
Then he
Oh,
just
okay.
did all the sliders. And
Okay.
Yeah, I did the blue channel only. Yeah. So,
Okay.
so the
'cause
sky
you can
and the flowers.
Yeah, okay.
you see the sky, the flowers, and then it left some in the windows
A
as well.
little bit in the windows, yeah. Well, yeah,
Yeah.
you got to stop photographing all this new construction. I mean, gosh, can't you find something old?
Yeah, that is the 1930 extension you're looking at there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, so that is pretty new.
It goes back to 1321, which is quite good.
Yeah. It's only 700 years old. Come on. Yeah. Yeah, this is like new construction in England. Right?
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah, it is.
It's only like 880. It's less than 100 years old. That's like new construction.
Exactly.
Yeah, but compared with Adley Castle, which was 1240, this is a new build. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I like this. I like the result of this because you get the real whatever flowers are. That's just neat. That's a neat.
The unusual thing about it, Mark, was I saved it in JPEG, which is
Mhm.
and I saved it in TIFF. And when I got it to display on the Apple, it showed me the original photograph.
Huh.
So proving that it dumps the filters.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not quite what you're hoping for.
No. So that had to be a JPEG.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Here's a couple from Christy. This is working with wax lilies. So I'm assuming photo blending that she's doing, or is this the stuff she's talking about going back into the darkroom and doing some selective coloring on the prints? I think is what she's doing. It's an interesting effect.
So she has been on video here with you before?
No, she posted an image a few weeks ago that was I'm looking forward to getting.
Oh, that's right.
Comments, get back into the dark room and do some coloring in the dark room or something. So I'm assuming this is like a composite film image, probably.
So this is all in the dark room, and then she just scanned
I think
it.
it is. Yeah. I mean, I think she got that in the dark room and then scanned it in.
That's a pretty good job then with those two flowers in the back are
Mhm.
really faded, like they're seriously in the back.
Yeah.
You know, and,
Yeah,
and each one of them looks like the top. This one in the front looks like it's stacked on the second one, which is a little to the right, and then the third one seems like it's
even farther back. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like 1, 2, 3, front to back.
and then you got the writing in there, which
Yes.
also seems stacked. So
It's
that's
like a newspaper or postcard or something.
Yeah.
That's neat. It's interesting.
It sounds she
more-
get the colours in this then, because if this was a black and white photo originally, is she using oils?
I think she is,
Yeah.
if I remember right. Yeah. So a lot of work. There's probably hours and hours of stuff going on here in order to get this to come out.
I spent 4 hours doing a 10x8 with
You know-
photographic oils.
You know what, guys? It might be because if you look at that right flower, the one that's on the right, it looks like it's drawn or something. The other one behind it there, you see, there's another one that wasn't done.
Oh, like this?
Yeah,
Yeah. Huh.
you know what I'm saying? Like,
Mm-hmm.
maybe that was the original, and the ones we're looking at in color, that's what she painted in.
Yeah.
In the middle of the ones that are in color, you can see the rest of the drawing or the outline or whatever that is.
Yeah. I wonder, I mean, could this be one image below and then another one on top
Yeah.
and then printed that way and then colored? I guess you could do that, right, Dennis? You could stack the two.
We haven't got a lot of detail about it, have we? She didn't give us
No.
what she did. Yeah.
But I know she does a lot of that kind of photo, image blending, and she does, and I think her preference is to do it on film, so in the darkroom. So
Because you look at the other stuff in the background of that, and it does look like the writing and the other little, I don't know if they're sketches or what they are, but it looks like they're literally stacked on top of each other in different angles even,
did you do this?
Yeah, it's like more 911, please. 411. Is that 411 or not? Yeah, 411. Yeah, not 911. Yeah.
How did you do this?
How did you do this exactly?
Yeah, no, that's great. And I think she posted another one kind of similar. Yeah, this one's similar type of thing. She calls this, "And my mother and all of my family rise from the seats to sing hallelujah." So similar type of thing. So here's like an image of, maybe that's her mom there and other family members.
It really does look like wax, though. I mean, look at the ends
Yeah.
of this thing here.
Yeah. I don't know. There's something really creative going on here. Much more creative than I could ever be. That's for sure. That's neat. That's neat. You're kind of blending two different medium. You got the photography and then painting or wax coloring. I don't know.
I don't know.
That's cool. It's very, very interesting. Neat stuff. I'd like to get her. I mean, she was on a couple of the initial early shows, like 3 or 4 years ago, and then you haven't seen her in a while. But
Wow,
okay.
look at that.
Yep, this looks like a Croton Dawn. So I'm assuming this is.
That's the new Croton Dam in New York.
Wow, how badass is that? Look at that.
That's neat. Yeah.
And this was actually, at least what I thought was a disappointing day.
You didn't have to say that. So no, this is a bad day.
This was a bad day. Even on a bad day.
Yep.
It's just, but I had the only thing that wasn't cooperating is that there was not a lot going on in the sky.
Yeah, you just have a couple clouds here and there, but nothing much.
But man, the waterfalls around here everywhere are they're just still booming. Getting so much rain that it's nice. And, this one I wrote a blog post about because we just lucked out. Well, I got a magnificent. Every time I go here, I get an okay shot, but I got this one I like, and I got one. It's probably the best one that I had for this location yet.
Yeah, no, this is great.
I almost missed it.
Wow, the design of that dam is incredible.
Yeah, it's neat. It's good. It's arches all the way around. Yeah. And it looks it's almost like it's like the infinity dam, yeah, because infinity pools, you know, where the water runs right up to the edge. I mean, that's what that looks like. I mean, it looks
Yeah, when you get it, when there's no disturbance on the water at all, it's like a mirror. It is.
Yeah. No, that's
beautiful.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. That's a neat design. A neat image too. I love the waterfall down here. You get a little bit of mist over here.
And that's from the water. That's from the water.
Oh, it's the water. Okay. It's coming up from the water. Yeah.
Yep. There was a little bit of atmospheric fog, but that's all from the water.
All from that. Yeah.
Man, that's pretty cool, man.
Yeah, that's an awesome shot.
He put some miles on his vehicle there, man. That's pretty good.
Yeah. There we go. So this is purpose-built ice racing Willys Jeep, taken January. And I've seen ice racing on this like before. It's wild. This is I-70 here, and that's like Loveland Pass up here. I think, yeah. This is on I-70 west of Denver. Shot for Via Corsa magazine on a frozen lake. Look at the spikes in those tires. That's great. It's like, yeah. That's an old Jeep too. An old
That's
Willys.
a whole different animal right there, man. That ice racing, man. There's some guys that are really geeked out on that stuff, man. You know.
Yep. Yeah, they do. Not much of that going on in Phoenix, I don't think. Not a real big sport there.
The last time I seen it done, it didn't go too good.
Yeah.
So.
They got the ice and it was gone in like 5 seconds. I don't know where it went. It's melted.
Yeah, there's a lot of ice and water here, but it's typically a block of dry ice going into their pool just to cool it off.
Yeah. Yeah, that's neat.
The ice in Arizona is on the ice cream man's truck. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they even have those out there.
Yeah, oh yeah, no, there's plenty of ice cream trucks. It's just the ice industry here is pretty darn big because there's a lot of pools here, and a pool in Phoenix this time of year is just a big sauna. I mean, you have to have a very deep pool for it to be even remotely chilled. I mean, it's going to be hot water. So there's a lot of people that buy 1 or even 2 blocks of dry ice just to swim for the day or two. That's not even a joke.
Yeah, that's funny.
That's reality and living in this kind of
cool down the pool. Yeah.
Just to cool the pool.
Yeah. That's crazy. Now here we go, shooting those cheap old cars, worthless old cars, valued at around $6 million. And this was taken a few years ago, so this is 2014.
What a cool shot, man!
Yeah,
that is it's a cool ass car, and the new versions of that vehicle are still pretty badass. And then I just look at it's just so that is cool.
Alloy, what is it? Alloy, just 29. Alloy going, so it's aluminum probably, or when they say alloy, is it something else? Weren't the original Gullwings aluminum or not? What they mean by alloys?
I don't know. I thought maybe they were aluminum bodied. No.
That's what I thought, but maybe not. But,
pretty damn cool, man.
Yeah, that's a neat perspective on it too. You can see the car in the back of the car in the mirror there, looking up into the cockpit.
And like you say, you get that little bit of a star in that cloud where the door is on top. I love the color of that car. The shine of the dash. It's just, man, that is cool.
Yep. Yeah, very nice. Good stuff, as always, from Pat. Okay, so this is Croton Dam as well, right?
Yep. This is
the curve. Okay.
There's a little bit of a platform that they have that's in front of the bridgeway.
Okay.
So I hopped over that and walked out and shot the bridgeway and you can see part of the spillway there.
Okay.
And
Yep.
the rest of the dam as it goes down beneath the bridgeway.
Okay. So the previous image was shot from the bridge, looking at across the dam.
That's correct.
Okay. All right. That's neat.
And that has to be tricky too, right? Because any vehicle that comes that way, that bridge is moving a little bit, right?
No, they've been doing construction, so that bridgeway is only for foot traffic now.
Oh, okay, okay.
It's been closed off to traffic for
Okay.
a while now. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
That's neat. I like the. You got the arch in the dam, and you got the arch in the bridge.
Yep. The blog post is me, because I do find this bridge to be sexy. It's a sexy bridge.
Yeah. See, you're in the same problem. You have the same problem I do, Sim. Like you start staring at a lot of bridges, you find them sexy, and that's the same problem I have with truck trailers. You know, I stare at so many trailers. I'm like, wow, that one's kind of sexy. You know, you tell the driver, hey, that's kind of a sexy trailer, driver. You know what I'm saying? Just been staring at too many of them, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, a little too mesmerized by the lights on that damn trailer, man. You know, get over it. You know? You're like, yeah, look at the curves in that bridge.
Yeah, look at the curves on that bridge. Yeah.
I think that bridge winked at me, if I'm not mistaken. No, I can see that, man. You appreciate the architecture and all these things, man. The people that create them, that draw them up, I mean, definitely are that passionate about them. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Oh, here's some of the fog you were talking about, kind of stuff floating over the trees. Yeah, that's neat. I like that. That's a neat perspective. I really like. What caught my eye was the curve here and the curve of the bridge. Yeah.
Only 97 groups. What's up with that, bro? Slacking a little bit here.
Yeah.
There's only so many sexy bridge groups.
Exactly.
Your bridge is hot.
There probably is a group like that.
There
probably is a sexy bridge group.
Let's see. Let's see what we get.
Oh, brother.
Oh my God!
Get ready. This might be not safe.
A new bridge that Sim has to a new group.
Oh, Bikini Bridge. Okay, we're going.
Bikini Bridge. There it is. Boom!
Maybe that's the wrong type of bridge.
Well, maybe I need to join that bridge, right? That's a bridge I need a group I need to join right there. Yeah.
That's like chat roulette, Joe. You type in something on Flickr. Anything with the word sex or anything, and you're gonna get some good stuff.
Yeah, some of the groups I'm invited to, trust me, yeah, it's chat roulette.
No, that's a great shot. I like that. And here we go. Concentrating. So you guys are out at this. We've seen this bird blind before, haven't we, Dennis? Is this?
Yeah, that's a local nature reserve.
Okay. All right.
Tim was down Tuesday playing with his camera there. So
okay, good.
Cool.
I got him. This was with the Voigtlander 50mm.
Okay.
Yeah, and manual focus again, obviously. But I took this at 2.8, and I thought it wasn't that bad. That camera really stands out if you zoom in on it.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, it's definitely.
Did he switch to Nikon?
Yeah.
Tim, yeah.
I didn't realize that. I thought he was still Canon. Okay.
Yeah, I took this at f2.8 with that lens, and it's still got quite a bit of pop on the. Yeah, it's got the 3D effect.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, the separation between Tim and the background. Yeah.
Nice lens.
So this was in that Capture One again, you know, and I thought, well,
cameras. What's that? What did I just do? Serious chimping. I like the title.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, it looks like
I'm
Tim
standing there
might need
plugging
reading
it.
glasses. I think he's squinting. I think it's time for some reading glasses.
He was in his own world there, making sure that what he took was working.
Yeah.
I must admit, when I'm using that Sony camera, I don't even bother looking at the screen.
Is it so small?
Well, no, it's, I just think I just take a picture and that's it, and move on to the next one.
Yeah. You're so used to shooting film, maybe, that you're just like, whatever, I got it. If not,
I mean, if I get into it, I'm just going to be looking at the back of a blank film camera because it hasn't got a screen.
yeah.
Well, with mirrorless, you're basically seeing what you're going to get anyway. So
Yeah, I mean, I'm just going to be. They find me sitting on a bench somewhere looking at the back of a film camera, saying my screen's broke. Yeah.
Exactly.
I've done it before.
Yep.
The hell's wrong with this thing?
Well, when you're out with the film camera and you're out with people shooting digital, you sit down and say, "Oh, time to change out the memory card." You open up the camera and swap it. Change your whole film.
Yeah, but don't forget, Mark, when we're using the 4P5s, we're looking at the back screen all the time.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah.
I like that one. That one's good.
So this is back at that same spot. Yeah, it looks like.
Spot,
Yeah, maybe from shooting from the other side of out towards the ocean, right? I think
That is correct.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I like that. I like the clouds in the sky there. That's nice. And once again, that being able to see through the water, see the stuff below the surface of the water, and all the mud. It looks like mud, dried
Did
mud.
you use a polarizer so where you could see through the water, or was it just able to?
It looks like it was that
It
still.
it was fairly clear, but yeah, it had to use a polarizer because there was a glare on the side.
Mhm.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, 30 seconds. Yeah, that's neat. I like kind of leads out in a nice horizon.
There was just enough breeze where there were ripples on the water, so I had to smooth out just a bit.
Okay.
Oh.
So again, with the people walking, the sun, trying to do a 30-second exposure, it was crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a long time when you're just standing there. 30 seconds is a long time.
Mm-hmm. Yep. It's for sim. That's a short exposure. Yeah.
It's short for sim, yeah, but for when you're in that situation, that's a long time counting it off. You're like, okay,
Yep. Neat. And here we go, Wes. I'm assuming the drone took the drone up.
Yeah, I haven't quite perfected camera tossing yet, so I had to fly it up.
Okay.
Yeah. That's a calculated camera toss right there.
Yeah. Panorama created with Typhoon 4K.
I do
So
appreciate these shots. I appreciate them a lot, man. It's a cool perspective.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, so just took 4 shots and stitched them together since I finally got the camera set up to shoot raw and everything. So playing around with it some more. Been flying a lot lately for some. So it's good.
How high was this, Wes?
Around 400 feet.
Oh, right. It's quite a way up. Yeah.
Yeah, it's basically as far as it can go.
Now,
As far as I'm allowed to go.
Lightroom don't save any of that sort of information, huh? You're not getting altitude, I guess.
No, it's unfortunately they don't save location data in the raw files on this particular camera. Some drones do,
Oh, okay.
but I do have a flight log that the controller records a flight log of everything, so I could sort of figure it out by looking at the time.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you can match up the time and figure out where
Yeah.
altitude and
It
position
tells
were.
me airspeed, altitude, location, all that kind of stuff.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. The image is going to be within a second or two or whatever. It probably doesn't update continuously, but you're going to be within a couple seconds of what it actually was.
Well, they're both bound through GPS. They both have GPS, so they're both should be exactly the same.
Yeah.
Can you imagine what a guy like Ansel Adams, for example, would have done with a drone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like with the stuff that he shot,
Yep.
or some of those guys that were back then. I mean, if they had, I bet you stuff we're talking about now is stuff that it just would blow their mind. I bet you they would be just as excited about it.
Mm-hmm.
I bet you would blow their mind, just like,
Yep.
wow.
Oh, yeah. Definitely. Oh, this reminds me. I'll go back to this petapixel. Here we go. You can now get a drone registration refund and deletion from the FAA, Wes. That's what reminded me.
Oh, okay.
The federal court ruled that casual drone owners do not need to register. So
I get my $5 back?
yeah, you get your $5. And I
yeah,
guess
yeah.
you get deleted off the record, the database too. I guess maybe that's
Yeah.
the more important thing. Yeah. Get that NSA thing off the drone, so
Yeah.
no reply. But
Huh.
that's kind of interesting. Yeah. So I guess took the court and said, nope, not everybody needs one.
Huh.
Yeah.
that'll be temporary because I think on Petapixel, didn't they have something about 2 knuckleheads who were flying out with those fires were?
Oh, I heard about that. Yeah, that they interrupted the water drop planes or something.
Yep. They had to ground the planes. I think that it happened 2 times out there, and it was like, oh my god.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, when I was flying at the 4th of July, that one of the people there was, he's in the Forestry Service, and he was telling me about all the problems they've been having with the wildfires and people trying to film
Mm-hmm.
stuff.
And-
So yeah, it's
Yeah, and they don't want to fly a plane in there and get a drone sucked into the engine or something like that. And yeah, basically,
yeah.
yeah,
be bad news.
yeah.
You've already got enough dangers when you're an actual pilot flying into a fire,
Mm-hmm.
and you don't need another little
Yeah.
device. I mean, that could kill you. I mean,
Yeah, it literally fly through the windshield. I mean, yeah, there's just all kinds of not
kinds
not
of
good
stuff.
things that could happen. Yeah, yeah. There's going to be something like that that's going to happen. It's going to, it's going to take something really tragic like that to.
oh, guacamole.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I posted this
Oh,
because I was watching some YouTube video about how to make guacamole a couple weeks ago, and some guy in Arizona. I don't know.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Yeah, I decided to make a bowl.
quick and it wasn't quick and easy though. I mean, just
Yeah, it's like 4 ingredients, throw it together
Mhm.
quick.
it comes out really good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just like
It's good.
Yep.
it's so automatic. It's just the easiest thing to do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah, guacamole is pretty. If you get avocados in decent shape as far as ripeness, you can. Yeah, guacamole is
Yeah.
really easy to make. Yeah.
Yeah, they go to a couple different stores to find some good ones, but
Mm-hmm. Yep.
eventually I found some.
yeah, that's just most stores have that pico de gallo mixture, which is
Yeah.
perfect because then you don't have to find the perfect cilantro, the perfect this, the perfect that. You don't have to chop all that stuff. Couple 2-3 spoonfuls into your avocados, and squeeze
There you
some
go.
lime or some lemon in there, and boom, instant guac.
Yep. Yep. And this.
So thanks for that, Joe. It worked out good.
Absolutely, man.
Yeah.
It's the lazy man's way, and it just makes sense. The minute you see it, you're like, oh hell yeah,
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, Wes, is this a crime scene photo?
Yeah.
Could be.
Wes is
Yeah.
getting into crime scene photography here.
Exactly. Yeah, that could be a crime scene. Yeah, and the great thing about it is that you can make it really nice and chunky, or you can make it
Mhm.
really thin. Just add more lime juice to it,
And push them
and
up more. Yeah.
yeah, that's the beauty of it. Or add some more of the juice that's already in the pico de gallo little mixture there, and it's
Yeah.
great.
I think it would have been better, Wes, if you put some ketchup on the knife, made it more interesting.
Yeah, he killed some aliens right there. Is what happened, man. That's,
Yeah.
Little green men. The alien invasion.
A bowl of liquidized frog, as far as I
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
One frog, one blender.
yeah. 2 frogs, 1 blender.
Uh-huh.
You should put a disclaimer on there that no frogs were damaged in the making.
Yeah, Kermit was not damaged in the process.
Okay, so this one, Tim, this is now you're at the spillway for the whole thing, right? Yeah, down at the bottom.
I'm at the inside the bridge proper. We were going to pack it up and go elsewhere, but when I was out on that platform and I saw that fog,
Mm-hmm.
but
Yeah.
you can't see it there. But when we drove down, I swear to God, when we crossed, there's a bridge that this is taken from inside the park.
Okay.
When we drove, I was like, park the car, park the effing car.
Yeah,
And it was because of the angle of the sun or whatever just brought it
Yep.
out, probably. Yeah.
Yep.
And Sim knows he was in that hurry because by the time you've already seen it, you're almost too late. You've
Yeah.
got seconds.
I thought we were because on the bridge I think was probably the best, and this was still good light, but I mean,
Yeah.
it was crazy.
Yeah.
Yep. No, that's great. And as you can see, you were in a rush because it was only a 54-second exposure.
Yeah, so he had to get down there and then get another 50-second exposure for Christ's sake, and that was in a hurry.
Yeah.
You know.
I took two. One was a short one, the other one was long, and
Mhm. Came
I
out.
just prayed something came out.
Yeah.
Because there was no second shot. Because after that second long one, because I have it on the noise reduction, most of the light was fading by then.
Okay. Yeah. It just wasn't anything for the shot after that. Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah. No, that's fantastic.
Yeah, and it's still great. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can imagine now what's going through your head because I shoot enough, sunrises, and you've literally got a lot of times by the time you literally see something, you're like, damn it, because it's too late. You need to have been set up and then seen it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. By the time you see it, yeah, it's too late in most cases. Yeah. No, that's great. That is a fantastic shot. You get the water coming out here, the fog, very nice. That was worth stopping the car, Sim.
Yeah.
It was worth going down there. We weren't even going to go down to the park.
Oh, okay.
We were going to head to another lighthouse and another railway bridge, but I said, let's go down and just see. It should be light enough down there now. Maybe we see what it looks like, because I've never seen it in the sunrise, because usually it's too dark.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
But it's a good thing we went down.
Yeah, definitely.
It's cool. Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, that's a great shot. One of those, better get it while you got it. Yeah, that's it. So this is what I did last week. We had my niece and nephew down visiting.
Oh, yeah.
So we went to the Georgia Aquarium, which is a really cool aquarium. And we hadn't been there in a few years, and they added a dolphin exhibit. So they were hanging out watching the dolphins swim around. So it was quite an interesting 4 days. 7-year-old and 5-year-old, and so they're each other's best friends and worst enemy at the same time.
Oh yeah, you bet.
A lot of fun. So yeah, it's a pretty cool aquarium. Highly recommend it if you like aquariums and you're in Atlanta. The Georgia Aquarium is well worth seeing. They've got a lot of good stuff there. So, and then and this is what we spent this week doing. These are the latest additions to the household. This is AJ and Crusher, 2 kittens. So we're in the middle of kitten training at this point. Getting them oriented to the house, and so they know where things are at, and we watch them and find out what their what the vulnerabilities are, and then we go and fix that. So
I think you've been watching too much wrestling. AJ and Crusher.
Yeah,
It sounds like a tag team wrestling.
Yeah, they were. There were 5 siblings from the same litter. So these were 2, and they were all 3 black cats and 2 tuxedos, and 4 males and 1 female. So I guess they got adopted in pairs, but they were named after the Monster Machines, a cartoon series for kids. And I'd never even heard of it before, but my nephew's like, "Oh, they're named for the Monster Machines." I'm like, "Yeah." And he says, "Oh, you got to watch that cartoon." And he knew everything about it, obviously. But so AJ's solid black, and Crusher's got the kind of the tuxedo thing. So they're getting along pretty good, but they're definitely keeping us busy. We went from elderly cats to kittens, so quite a difference in energy level and potential for getting into trouble. So, yeah, lots of fun, but we're going to be busy for the next 15 to 20 years. That'll take us through retirement age. We'll be in our 70s hopefully by the time we have to think about getting new ones. And then here are the niece and nephew at the little splash pad at our local park.
That's cool. That's cool.
So they're playing around. So yeah, they had fun. Weather actually cooperated. It was warm and it was humid, but not near as bad as they thought. So they had a lot of fun running around. So good times. And we got sunrise. This is nice. I like the clouds on this one. You got some nice. This was Friday, huh? Yep.
Yeah, that was for Friday. Yeah,
That's a lot of clouds in the sky for sunrise. That's more than normal. It seems like. Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, the monsoons have been moving in.
Mm-hmm.
It has been windy here. 10 to 15 mile an hour winds.
Okay.
But like I say, it can look. If you take a video of it, you're like, I am moving to Arizona tomorrow. But I'm telling you, man, it's just like, it's BS. I'm telling you, it's just. Get the biggest blow dryer you can find and just stand in front of it, in front of a 120-degree oven, and do those at the same time. And that's just what it's like. And
then decide if you want to come to Phoenix in the summer.
And then decide if you want to come here in the summer. Yeah, it looks good, and that's what sucks is I can look out my back window or like in this scene, and you're like, God, it's so beautiful. Now at this time in the morning, yeah, it's perfectly fine. It goes down to about 90 degrees, at 5 or 6 in the morning when I'm shooting this. So yeah, it's perfectly fine then. A little humid maybe for us, but fine. But it doesn't last long. I mean, God, it just shoots right up there to 100 in no time.
Yeah. It looks nice, but yeah, picture doesn't quite convey the
it doesn't tell the whole story, yeah. But yeah, it's just, I love shooting these because it just shows people what you can capture with your mobile device. So that for me, that's the point of them is just
There's the cameras in most phones and stuff now are way better than the professional quality digital cameras from 10 years ago, 15 years ago.
Yeah.
So there's definitely
and mine now is a 3-gen old iPhone, so it's not even a current iPhone, So.
Oh, there you go. July 4th. That was well planned, Joe. Did you have this in mind?
Yeah, I didn't until I knew where I was at and where the sun was going to be at and I was like, because that big flag is there every night, and so I, just like Sim did. I kind of know where I'm at and how fast and this and that. And so I did a little correcting in it with Snap Heal, of course, and took out the big, diesel fuel sign and gas sign. And like I say, I do all this I guess I shouldn't say, but I do all this while I'm driving. So it's like, you've got like you're looking,
wait a minute.
I'm literally doing all this.
That's pretty good. I mean, you can see a little. Was it right here? Where was the sign?
The sign, yeah. There's a little blur just to the right of that pole.
Okay.
Maybe about it. Yeah, right where you were at.
Okay. Yeah.
Just a
right
little
there.
farther over to the right.
Yeah.
And that's where the sign was at. So it does a pretty good job. And like I say, I don't have time to like sit there and be like, oh, getting it all accurate, or you might not be able to tell. I'm doing a quick pinch and zoom, and then you hit your finger. You know what I'm saying? So it's but it does a damn good job.
So talk about mobile photo editing. We are doing it right now.
That's kind of my point. It's like if there's nothing quicker than when I do these photos. Yeah. So it's captured and edited in the iPhone or in your mobile device. So
that's cool. No, that's good. Perfect image for Independence Day. And this one, are we getting a little bit of dust in the air on this one? This one's looking.
No, I do that popular thing that happens where you adjust your blacks and give it that nice faded look.
Okay, all right.
I did that with that Friday one as well. I've been doing that from time to time. I'll just to give it a little more character. It seems like people really like that on Instagram, so I'll kind of
fade out the blacks or desaturate.
Yeah, just kind of give it a little bit of a feel, I guess. But and then I even can really zoom in there and take out the chromatic aberration that'll happen when the sun gets a little too high. And I did that
Like
with
around
this
the-
image as well.
Like around the clouds and that type of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, you can still see some of the ring in there. There's like 3 different rings in there. And I take out the one in the middle of that whole orange glow that's the smallest. Well, typically when that sun gets about halfway up, it'll make a purple ring around there with the phone just can't quite process that light.
Yeah.
And so I take that out, and that's all done with Google, man. Google that app is phenomenal. It's crazy.
Yeah. It is like you said. If they've just put that on the desktop, that would wipe out a lot of stuff. Yeah.
You're done.
Ooh, this one's really nice. I like this.
Yeah. See, now this one you can see. You look around that sun, you can see those rings a little easier.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Oh, the clouds on this one are nice, though.
That's from those monsoons coming in to
bringing in some moisture, such as it is. Not like you guys get big rainstorms, but just enough to
just enough.
Bring some clouds and a little bit of
quick
dusting or a little drop of moisture.
There is kind of. I always wonder what the air quality is here in Arizona, because I say Arizona because everyone else says that too, but I mean Phoenix, because it is kind of, with that wind, it is kind of like this, always like this dust layer over the city. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it just, to me, looks like, man, that can't be good. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, that can't be good.
Yeah. There's probably, with the wind, it blows up the sand and the dirt. I mean, it's just particulates, which is what gives the great clouds and everything, the colors, the stuff in the air. But breathing that stuff in, that's
I know. I kind of wonder. I'm like,
I guess it could be worse. You could have been in like central London in the 1700s, right, Dennis? Everything was coal for everything?
It wouldn't have been a very good place. Loads of people died in London with the smog. It's all the coal fires going,
Mm-hmm.
Well, I grew up in LA in its heyday when we had smog alerts. So I do remember that. You weren't allowed to go outside, and that's the LA I grew up in. Actually.
Yeah. We had that in Pittsburgh. We get the inversions, and everything would smell like sulfur from the steel mills. So you get everything would be like rotten egg smell. It happen 4 or 5 times a year, but it'd just be like this, like haze would settle in.
I think last year, Mark, in England here, some of the schools wouldn't let the kids in the playground because of the carbon from the cars.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the way I grew up. That's the way I grew up. There'd be smog alerts, and it was a day-to-day thing. Like, you literally, it canceled our sports games. It canceled, you know what I'm saying? Like, because it just was not healthy to be outdoors.
Yeah.
And it brings the question too, because you're like, wait a minute, isn't the air that's outside the same air that's inside our house too? Like, wait, what?
For the most part, yeah.
How does that work? Like, what?
Especially back then when people didn't have whole house filters and all that stuff. I mean,
exactly right. You're talking, the 70s and 80s.
Yeah.
It's like, what?
Stay inside. Well, it's like when they had the nuclear attack drills. They always show the videos. Get under your desk when the nuclear bomb goes off. Okay, well, that's really gonna help.
Yeah.
I guess you got to do something. So I guess they feel better telling the kids to do something.
The bomb goes off, and there's all these kids underneath their desk like that.
I suppose the desk could withstand 4,000 degrees centigrade with no problem.
They're special desks.
Magical desks.
Magical desks.
Yeah, those desks were amazing. Really.
Good show, guys. Glad everybody had a good fourth sim. As always, awesome photos. Very good stuff. Yeah. Dennis, sounds like your camera's working out well for you. So
yeah, we'll have another play. weather's been okay in England for us. So it's been hot over here for a while.
Okay, you can try to get out with Tim. Get out with not quite as warm as Phoenix, but for you guys, anything above 80 is warm for you, I would imagine, in summer.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. But where Joe is, what's it? 36, 40 degrees. Yeah.
It gets right now, 40 or 42. Yeah.
Yeah. That's a bit warm, Joe. Yeah.
yeah. Because I think we looked it up, Mark. Wasn't it 46 was like 120?
Yeah. Yep. Now I want you to get the new This would be the perfect test, Joe. Get your pancake lens, and then I want to see pancakes cooking on the driveway with your pancake lens.
I have thought about it. If it wasn't, I had actually thought about it, but if it wasn't so windy, I was gonna try it. That test. But with it being so windy, I didn't want like sand and junk to be blown around on. I was gonna do some eggs, and I was like, I don't want like stuff blowing around on the eggs, man. It's kind of gross, I guess you don't have to eat them, but you know what I'm saying. I guess you don't have to eat them, but
you got to eat your own cooking, So
yeah, I think because I thought why not do a couple eggs and then see how long maybe even a burger would take. You know what I'm saying? But a thin burger, not a thick one, but
because it is do like a little slider,
because you do seriously, man, like. You bump into your car, you burn yourself. Like it's that kind of hot, man. Like it's.
Oh well, it sucks to be you right now, but in January, February seems like, oh man, I wish I was in Arizona.
Yeah.
When it's 0 and his hands are freezing to the camera as he's trying to get a shot.
No, it ain't that bad to be me now because I'm in a temperature controlled environment.
75.
Yeah, it's completely nice in here, man.
Don't open the window though. Huh?
Yeah, just don't go out there. Yeah.
Hey, good one, guys. I appreciate it as always. Hope everybody has a good week. And we got show 200 coming up in 2 weeks. So I have done absolutely no thinking about that, but I'll see if I can come up with something. And if any of you guys are more creative than me and come up with something relating to 200 image-wise, whatever your interpretation of 200 is, and post that for that show, that would be cool. That would be
that'd be interesting, wouldn't it?
Yeah. All images have got to be taken on 200 ISO, obviously.
Yeah, that's an easy one. And Joe can get a thermometer in the sun down there. He could probably get to 200 degrees.
I could probably do something about it.
And maybe for you, Tim, you can take your camera and you can do a really high toss up to like 200 feet.
Yeah.
200 seconds.
200 seconds.
200 second exposure. There we go.
Yeah.
You could. Yeah, I think we could do that. Or you could do that, and you could share it with us. 200 seconds. That's a good one. That's a good one, Wes. Yeah, we'll do that. And what am I going to do for I could do 200 seconds on film, too. That'd be interesting. Yeah, I could do that.
You're going to need a stack of ND filters.
I'm going to have to do it like before sunrise. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, in complete darkness. Yeah. That would be cool, actually. Do stars or something like that.
That's probably about all I'm going to be able to do. I might actually try that. I'm going to try a 200 second exposure on film, and you do it on digital, Sim, and we'll see what we get.
Okay.
200 second exposure on FP4. That way I can develop it. We'll see. Yeah, it might be fun. Why not? All right. Everybody have a good week. Appreciate it. As always. See ya. Have a good one. See you, Dennis.
See you next week.
Soon.
Bye.
Bye.